Hey everyone, and welcome back to Almost Expat, the place where we talk about moving abroad, living abroad, and occasionally surviving abroad. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as real as Italian espresso and just as intense: natural disasters in Italy. Now, when most people think of Italy, they imagine pasta, wine, cobblestone streets, and Vespas zipping through sun-drenched villages. But beneath that picturesque surface lies a country that's occasionally at the mercy of some pretty serious acts of nature. We're talking floods, landslides, earthquakes, and no, not just the emotional kind from watching the ending of a Paolo Sorrentino movie. Let's take a little journey across the boot, starting up in the northeast. Venice region, Veneto. Venice. The city of canals, gondolas, and annual flooding. The phenomenon called acqua alta isn't just a poetic way to say bring your boots. It's a regular event where water levels rise and locals play real-life Frogger across the piazzas. In 2019, Venice saw one of its worst floods in over 50 years, with water levels reaching 187 centimeters. Even St. Mark's Basilica, which has been standing for centuries, took a serious soak. It's beautiful, but pack some waterproof shoes if you're visiting in the fall. Liguria, Genoa, and the Italian Riviera. Next stop, Liguria. Sounds romantic, right? Sunsets over the sea, pesto that'll ruin you for life, and then the rain comes. In 2014, Genoa was hit by a flash flood after just a few hours of torrential rain. The river exploded out of its banks and turned the city into a swimming pool. Locals have sadly gotten used to it, like a seasonal event, only with less Prosecco. Tuscany, Florence. Florence is the heart of the Renaissance, but it's also seen more than its share of waterworks. The River Arno has a flair for the dramatic, and in 1966 it burst into the city in what was basically a cultural apocalypse. Artworks, libraries, manuscripts, all underwater. Volunteers from around the world came to help, now affectionately called the Mud Angels. Campania, Naples, and Amalfi Coast. Campania is all dramatic cliffs and limoncello, but it also has a history of deadly landslides and flooding. In 1998, heavy rains caused huge mudslides in towns like Sarno, taking over 150 lives. The terrain here is stunning, but when it rains, get ready to move uphill. Emilia-Romagna. Now, here's a region that really took a hit recently. In May 2023, Emilia-Romagna saw massive flooding after over 20 rivers overflowed. Entire towns were underwater, and tens of thousands of people had to evacuate. And yes, some vineyards got hit. A true tragedy for wine lovers everywhere. Sicily. Not just sunshine and cannoli, Sicily gets its fair share of chaos too. In 2009, in the Messina area, massive floods and landslides destroyed homes and infrastructure. It's a place of extremes. One minute it's paradise, the next it's Atlantis. Basilicata. This quiet, often overlooked region saw a major landslide in 2013 in a town called Monte Scaglioso. Entire buildings literally slid off the edge of the land, kind of like a metaphor for your savings after moving abroad. Apulia, Puglia. Home to trolley houses and stunning beaches, Puglia isn't immune either. In 2013, Brindisi got slammed by floods with over 100 millimeters of rain falling in a single day. Roads turned to rivers, and locals had to kayak to their morning coffee. Abruzzo. Mountain views? Yes. Flood risk? Also yes. In 2024, storms caused serious flooding in Pescara. Not ideal if you were hoping for a beach day. And in the past, the region has also been rocked by earthquakes, so it's basically got the full disaster buffet. Molise, tiny but mighty and shaky. Molise was hit by a 5.1 magnitude earthquake in 2018 that caused landslides and aftershocks. The region is so small, people sometimes forget it exists, but the Earth certainly didn't. So, should this stop you from moving to Italy? Heck no. Italy is still one of the most beautiful, culturally rich places you can live. But a little awareness goes a long way. Think of it like this. You don't cancel a dinner date just because it might rain. You just bring an umbrella. Or in Italy's case, a canoe, an emergency kit, and maybe a really good insurance policy. Until next time, arrivederci, amici. And hey, what's the wildest weather you've ever experienced while traveling? Let me know in the comments below.